What is going on here? Like, no, I don't. Like, I genuinely did not want to date him. Like, genuinely. No, for real.
Ouch.
For real.
So yes, guys. So let's talk about how we dated, how we go to the point where we got to where we started dating.
Yeah.
Because that's the big story, basically. Like,
Yeah.
It's a long big story, but that's the big story. A lot can happen in 3 years. So now that I have that mindset, I'm able to be a little bit more confident. I'm able to see, certain things. But now there was a lady that I was speaking to that came into the picture, and then these guys were like, I always went to them. You guys are ladies. You don't understand how ladies speak. Like, tell me what's going on here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, bro, this girl is into you. I'm like, really? I'm like, sure. Okay, cool. She's there on the side also, together with my friend Michelle. They're like, no, bro, excuse me.
For it.
Like, go for it.
Yes.
Like, let's see how it plays out. Speak about coffee with the lady on Thursday. And then you're like, okay, cool. Me, I don't like, again, confusion. Like, what's going on? And then me, I ask, okay, so what is this? Is this a date? Is it not a date? Hey, lady's like, no, I'm sorry I gave you that impression. It was not a date. She was so hurt. Like, she was really, really hurt. She was like, no.
Because he was hurt and like his expectations were like sort of broken.
Not really.
Yes, because he genuinely liked her. And like it was.
So I was in a. This is the truth. So I don't understand. I guess like I always come across as I'm already there, when I'm like, okay, cool, like let's see where this goes. But me, I'm all about like that first conversation that we have about the situation determines where my mindset is gonna be from there. Because before there was nothing said. So I kept on telling these guys that can't be true. When they told me things like, no, but like, I'm like, no, this could mean anything. Like, you guys are not telling the truth, So we used to go back and forth about that. But I was not there.
Okay.
I was not there yet. I was still trying to figure it out. That's why I had to ask, what is happening on Thursday? Is it a date? Is it just friends going out? I don't know. I need to know, And then that's when she said, she apologized. She gave me an impression. That was not what that was.
Yeah.
And then she was hurt. She went to BC. Such a BCO, man. Like, what? How
There's
could
a
this
lot of
happen?
she's that you're saying she a lot, and people won't know which she was hurt, which she said.
No.
But,
so
okay.
she was hurt.
Yes.
She was hurt.
Because the other girl.
Because the
had
other
hurt
girl.
him.
She thought the other girl had hurt me.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, it's fine. I mean, after the conversation I had with her to clarify things, I was just, oh, okay, cool, I understand. We clarified things. I asked, so if I were to, like, move on and things like that, would that be of hurt to you in any way? She said, no. Then we were clear on that, and, like, we cleared up things, and then in that way, like nothing happened. We never dated. And then, that was the week before. The week after, me, I'm okay, I'm recovering. Like, there's nothing to recover from anyway. Like, I'm good, I'm working, I'm editing. I'm editing. And then a friend of mine, Linz, comes in, chill. She comes in, she joins in. Like, Linda leaves to go to work. She stays behind. We have a chat. And the weekend before, I think we went out. On Saturday of the weekend before, Saturday of the weekend before, I think, we went bowling. And recently she has revealed something about that bowling game that we had, that she, again, had a bit of like a thing for me. But a Thursday of that, she had a dream about me.
Though, the Tuesday before the...
Tuesday
before the bowling, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday of that, she had a dream about me.
Guys, please don't take my word for the days and everything. Everything is just blurry when it comes to that. And the happenings are not blurry. It is the days and the dates and whatnot. I'm not good at that. But what happened after, like during the week that you were talking about, where I was at your place and we just chilled. Yeah, that was the week before. That was the week after I had actually had a dream about him. And in the dream, was it? Oh, guys, I don't know. But in the dream, like I was telling him that I like him and I want us to date in the dream. And I woke up that morning and I was so angry at myself. And I was just like, what is going on here? Like, no, I don't. Like, I genuinely did not want to date him. Like, genuinely.
Damn.
No, for real.
Ouch.
For real. And I think I've said what was my reservation in the previous video. That was literally my only reservation. The fact that he did not have a stable job. Like the finances were gonna be very tricky. And I was just like, I don't want that. You know? But with like proper praying to God and proper like asking him, Vele, what is this that you are doing? Like, you know, God was able to speak to me and to give me peace about the situation. And honestly, at that point, after wrestling with God about it, I had gotten to a point where I was literally just waiting for him to ask me out. I did not know what was happening in his life with regards to how he was feeling towards me, but I think I had an idea, but I was not really sure, because I think the day before he asked me out, we were at church and he kept on saying, yeah, we were playing table tennis, and he was like, hey dude, we need to talk. Well, now we need to talk. And I was just like, about what? It's like, no, we just need to talk. And then I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. I think I know what he wants to talk about. But yeah, I think I missed out a few things.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
So she did miss out a couple of things. So what had happened was, the table tennis night. Earlier, I drove her to church. I was using my friend's car. I went to get my friend's car. Then I drove my friend's car to church. And I was like, do you want to lift? She was like, sure. She got in the car. And boom, we left. So we had a friend of ours, Esther, in the car. And then we went to, she was like, I'm hungry. I was like, cool, let's just get a wrap. Went to drive through, trying to get a wrap. And then in that drive through, already I'm like, so I think that's the moment where I was like, I think I'm going to pursue her again. Because then I was like, so if a guy came to you once and like, you're in a clear, and this guy was trying to show you signs and stuff, and you were still like pushing away, isn't it your responsibility for you to go back to the guy? And she was like, yeah, at first. She was like, yeah, no, the guy was. And I think as we were driving like around the drive-through, she's realizing who I'm talking about. And she's like, no, like,
no, carry on.
Yeah, she's realizing who she's talking, like that I'm talking about us. And then she was like, actually, no, like the guy needs to go back, I was like, wait, the guy needs to go back. He's like, sure. So, but isn't it your responsibility? Because you're the one who turned the guy like down and things like that. And
yes, I want to say something about that.
Yeah. And then she was like, so Esther can attest to this. If you have to bring Esther to the channel.
It's not that. I want to ask, why did you ask that question like that? If you hadn't asked me out on that other day.
Because it was not about that day. It was about the amount of times. It was so me, guys, trying to throw in teach you that I like you. The drums break from tennis. I was trying to. I was playing certain music. She read between the lines. She knew what I was trying to do. But she was making sure that she's crashing that as fast as she could. Like, she was making sure that is not happening.
Yeah.
You know? So, that was me the whole time trying to throw in tissue. And that's how I am, that's how I was. I'm married now. That's how I was towards me, approaching a person. I don't go, boom, I like you.
You throw signs.
I throw signs first, read the room, have an understanding of where we are, where she's at. And when I see the signs are not landing, I don't pursue. That's how I was thinking about the whole thing. If the signs are not landing, I'm not confessing my feelings. And that was what's going on at the time. Like, I saw the signs not landing, I'm like, I'm not doing anything here,
I was deliberately ignoring the signs, but I did see them.
You see. So I knew she saw them. I was aware that she was seeing the signs, but she was just like, I'm out, And then I was speaking from that line of after a guy has been, isn't it now your responsibility to, go back and okay, now I'm there, because I don't know what made me think she was there. But I knew that she was there, because that's why I asked, isn't now your responsibility to go back?
Yeah.
And that was the nature of that conversation. And then we got to church, And at the time we landed at church, I was like, I concluded in my head, I'm gonna actually now go in, because I was like, I don't know what also made me feel like now I feel like she's ready to receive what I have to say. But I think I felt that way. Like, I think now she's ready to receive what I have to say, you know? Went there to a friend of mine who was doing visuals for the church, which is Dumi. Dumi is going to be a common factor in this whole story in Lindo. Went to Dumi. I was like, Dumi, yo, bro, man, like, I think I'm going to pursue Dumiling. I think I'm going to ask you Dumiling out. Dumi was like, bro, go for it. Like, really? Sheesh. Left Dumi. I'm looking for someone to tell me that's a horrible idea. Don't do that. I went in the kitchen. I found John drinking water. Like, bro, I'm thinking of pursuing Dumi. Like, hey, man, that guy is pro-love. So he was like, yes. Yes, my boy. Like, let's go. And I was like, hey. And then I left it. And then when church ended, you know, we played table tennis before church. Like, every time when church ends, we play table tennis and stuff. That's what was happening. So, like, playing table tennis, already in my mind, I'm like, bro, I am, like, thinking about this, you know? And I'm still revisiting the conversation. Now I'm thinking I need to speak to her. But I'm like, I want to give her the reason for her to continue saying, you said you wanted to talk, so I don't chicken out, you know? So that's the part you missed. You missed that whole day. But yes, so that's what happened there. And then I went home. Everybody went home. When I got home, I was like, calling Dumi again. But bro, I don't know. Like, you know, like, I don't think it's a great idea. Coffee. It's like, you know what, until instead of you keeping on to bother me, let me go to the kitchen. She's in the kitchen. I'm gonna go speak to her. Went to the kitchen, had a conversation with her. Turns out she's confessing also, hey, you know, I may have been thinking about it, you know.
Because I wasn't telling my friends what was going on in my heart, and like, now I'm seeing this guy in a different light. I had a dream about him. Like, I'm praying to God because I don't understand what's happening. Like, I was not telling them anything because I was just so confused, and I was just like, what's going on, you know? And I think another thing that was making me scared to tell them was there was a dating fever happening around church, you know. And so in my head I was also thinking, what if I'm falling under the pressure? Like, what if it's just a thing of, oh my word, everyone is getting cuffed now, you understand? And so there was so much happening in my head, and that is why, like, I really needed to pray and like center myself and be like, is this really what you want, God? You know? So yeah, man, yeah, that was just a side note.
Yeah, so basically, yeah. And then they spoke about it to me in the kitchen. Dumi came back, gave me a call, bro, just do your thing. Like, I've done my part, just do your part. I was like, okay, you know, now I'm like a bit confident. Yeah, well, I think I was, you know, maybe I have a chance. Yeah, well, but that's not making me less nervous. I'm actually more nervous now. And then I was like, you know what, tomorrow I'm gonna take back that car. Remember that car, my friend's car? I'm taking it back now. It's a Monday. I'm gonna take back that car, ne? And while I have the car there, ne, I'm gonna you know, like, ask her, let's go, you know, to the coffee shop and let's have a chat. Yeah, well, and that was the plan I had in my head. I leave here going there earlier than normal, you know. So I usually drop off the car like later on, you know, but now I'm going earlier than normal. And then when I got there, I'm telling Lindo, like, yo, bro, so here's what's going on, you know. Linda's like, you there? I'm like, I'm there. He's like, okay, chief, we're there. I'm like, sure. He's like, you know what? Here's a plan. Oh no, so first I went to check, I went to knock in the houses, no one. I'm like, where's everyone? I come back, I try and call them, turns out they're in JBC, like, you know, Bible College. So they're there at the Bible College, and now I'm trying to, like, you know, get a hold of her. She's not answering her phone, and she was quite pro on that, like, not answering her phone. She was really good at it. And then she's not answering her phone. I'm trying to call her. I call the other friends, but Ngobi, you know, Ngobi answers. It's like, oh, she's across the room, but during the break, I'll give her the phone. Like, cool. They don't get a chance to do that, and then at the end of JBC, around 12 or so, she calls me. Hey, yeah, I'm like, yeah. So, can I come and fetch you? I need us to chat. I'll just go to the coffee shop. you know, and have a chat. Okay, cool, no problem. And then so I'm telling Chief is like, cool, Chief, do this, you know, let's go. Take a car, get there, pick her up, go to coffee shop, sit down. I'm like, hey, me Mukil, I wanna get to know you. Yeah, bro.
In the context
of marrying you, and she was like, okay. I saw her like nodding. She was giving me a lot of nods. Like, okay. You know? And then that was like, you know, part of the conversation, and I was like, cool. And how does that look like? I had to speak about that. In my head, this is what I have, this idea. We need to be courting, dating in the context of, you know, like people, like having community involved in everything that's happening, opening up to community. And she was like, bro, me have concerns, like how are you gonna deal with this financially, and you know, this is how I was raised and things like that, and maybe it's like sitting on my heart, and not trusting in God, but I want to work on it. I was like, yeah, you know, like I'm aware of that, and you know, this is what I have going. I'm not promising you soft life, but I have something that I'm trying to get, and I don't know how God is gonna work, you know, in that particular thing. So yeah, like that was the nature of the conversation, and then we left that conversation, went home, we got there, our friends were already there, so you know, and like we were ignoring the conversation, like so what's happening? They're like, cool, so we courting, you know, so it looks like it's gonna look like this. They're like, so you dating? They're like, yeah, dating, I guess, you know. But yeah, so that was the
Ooh. And then we'll make a video about like the lessons we learned about courting or dating, because like it didn't work out the way that we had thought it would work out. Like it was hard, but like that will be a video maybe for next week on the lessons that we learned in our dating season, because next week, you know. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yes, that's it. That is how we got together. There was a lot of conversation that had to happen in order for me to make a decision. Actually, even though I liked him, I needed to know that it was the right thing to do. So yeah, that's that. Happy 1 year anniversary!
That was last year on the 23rd of May.
Yeah.
That happened like
the
that.
The coffee date happened on
so
the
meaning
23rd of May.
Yeah, so like the 22nd and the 23rd was like the build up for everything.
That doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, it does make sense. It was a Monday, today's a Tuesday.
Yeah. So yeah. So don't forget, subscribe. Wedding bell. Never mind.
Stop. It's okay. I'll take it from here.
I'm not a YouTube person, guys. I'm trying.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying with us for this long time. I don't know what's wrong with us. Every time we're together, it's just like we talk and talk and talk. But thank you so much for joining us and hearing our story out and like celebrating our 1 year anniversary with us. And yes, please, like he tried to say, don't forget to subscribe and comment in the comment section. I don't know,
notification
today
bell.
I have no idea what you must comment, but please comment. And and share the video with your friends as well. Share the channel with your friends as well. Please guys, we are on 600 subscribers and the goal is to be at 700. And I know we can do it. Because we've been doing it.
Together we can do more.
Yeah. Yeah, together we can do more. But yes, thank you again so much, and until the next video, may the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the communion of the Holy Spirit be with you all. Bye.